Hey guys, this is Kasual, and welcome to yet another NerdHammer.net battle report. This sees my Demons against Rob's Skaven. This is a 2,500 point game. So let's take a look. On my left side, I have a unit of Pink Horrors of Moonface. I have a single beast in front of a unit of 3 beasts. I have a little Nurgling in there as my beasts are on the painting block. I got my Skull Cannon in behind. I faced him this way thinking that Warfire cannons are the same as regular cannons, but it doesn't really matter because apparently they can just go through anyway, so the beast can't block a cannonball here. My mistake, which I learned. In the center, I have my Plague Bearers with some unit fillers for now, as my other Plague Bearers are on the painting block. I got another unit of Pink Horrors with my level 2 of Metal. Moonface is level 2 of Zeech today. I have another Beast of Nurgle, single one, Skull Cannon, my unit of Furies. So his deployment, unit of Gutter Runners, yep, I'm not letting them get in the flank again. Warfire Cannon, the Plague Furnace, block of Slaves, I have Rat Dart, and then his Clan Rat Bunkers in the middle, another unit of Slaves, Huey, and the Warfire Cannon in behind, another unit of Slaves, and the Doom Wheel here on this side. So the objective again, my chariots have to get the Doom Wheel down, my Skull Cannons have to kill Huey, and then just work on the rest of the unit. That's the plan. I had enough drops so I could tell exactly where I needed my burning chariots. Of course he is going to pop the Storm Banner, and that's going to cause me not to be able to fly, but I've dealt with that before, so here we go. I get turn 1, which is awesome because I had more drops and he got the +1. I shuffle up here, I'm moving my beasts up, not really moving my lines too much. I like to stick back here. This is kind of the point of this list, shoot and magic them down the best I can, take care of the big threats, and just try to crush the rest. Not much, my flyers can't really go too far and pretty much are just stuck in this position. So here I do some magic on the Gutter Runners, severely cut them down. They're only at 4 now, so they're going to get like 8 poison shots, which is manageable for me. So bottom of turn 1, his Gutter Runners move up. His lines really don't do too much. Shuffle around a little bit. I think they're coming a little closer, but he's really not interested in getting engaged right away. He has good magic. He has Warfire Cannons. So we have a lot of back and forth going on with shooting and magic, and it's a little tough to explain in the battle reports, but I'll do my best to keep you guys up to date with what's happening. Huey comes out here, and the Doom Wheel shuffles up. It didn't really move too much on the Doom Wheel. If you can see Huey, he has 3 wounds on him already from my Skull Cannons, which is exactly what I need to do. I need to get this guy down before he gets across the board. I planted a beast there on my turn to hopefully, stop Huey from going exactly where he wants to go with him. Andretta 13th goes off on my Plague Bearers again. If you watched the last video, this is a common trend. Like I said before, I'm really not concerned. I understand that he has to kill this unit, but I don't need them to be that combat effective. There's not much on the table that can really go toe-to-toe with him, especially with the 4-up regen from the Herald. I didn't take him as a BSB this time to keep his points down a little bit. I just didn't see the BSB being that useful to me in this list, because I don't really have that much that is Nurgle. And he does a wound to my Skull Cannon. This is where I learned that the Warp Fire goes right through, even if they have, even if they don't kill him. So top of turn 2, this is a shot of what I don't know. I guess it's a shot of Huey dying. Yeah, Skull Cannons did their job. They took him out. I throw up my Furies. The Furies really have nothing to accomplish in this list. I put them here threatening maybe the bunker that they can get in, but they really can't even kill anything. I'm not sure. I don't know, maybe it's just because I don't really need redirectors against Skaven at this point. I'm just not sure what to do with them. But I'm saying, look, if you want to take the Doom Wheel into the back of them, that's going to hold them up yet another turn, and you're going to get, a 70-point unit of Furies, and I don't care. I did a flame shot, or warp flame shot from something, and I end up giving the Doom Wheel regen to 6 up. Oh wow. So bottom 2, The Doom Wheel gets within an inch and a half of the chariot, but not far enough. This should spell the end for the Doom Wheel, because each burning chariot I can do a grape shot, which is at strength 6, and on my ballistic skill 4, so I'm hitting on 3s. I don't have to move, and both of them are within close range. That is a lot of firepower going after that Doom Wheel. It's actually strength D6 plus 3 on the grape shot. So you can see I have a wound on one of the cannons. I believe it misfired when I shot first turn. So what I'll do, I'll fire both of these cannons on my turn after this Doom Wheel, and if I don't kill them, then I'm just going to grape shot from the skill cannon too, and just unload everything at it. Huey's gone, so the Doom Wheel's the next thing I absolutely have to kill. The gutter runners move around, just taking pop shots at my cannon. If you see, I think the cannon has a wound or 2 on it. And the center of his lines move around. If you see on turn 2 here, my dogs come in, so now they're in the backfield again. I'm just going to try to go after those cannons. He reforms his slave unit, tightening up his bunkers so my Chaos Furies cannot get in there. So him with his poison shots and possibly a cannon end up killing my cannon that was over here. You can see my Beast and Nurgle at the top is facing his gutter runners. Position him so that I can try to keep them in the front arc with a march block and hopefully get into them and kill them. So top of turn 3, I take the Beast into his gutter runners. I move the Beast and Nurgle up to get in front of the Plague Furnace. I'm okay with the Plague Furnace coming in as long as I can keep 2 beasts alive that are going to be touching the Plague Furnace. I can maybe get some poison wounds on it and take it out. But I'm just kind of daring him, like, look, if you want to bring it in, bring it in. Otherwise, my shooting is going to take shots at it. The skull cannons are free to shoot now after the A-bomb being gone. So the next target is definitely going to be the Plague Furnace. I move the Beast up to just block some of the Skaven lines. Now I'm starting to move up aggressively with my Plague Bearers. I kind of want to get him into combat. I prefer not to get him in with Slaves because he can still shoot at him, but I'm just trying to threaten the center the best I can. Move my Horror unit up with my Metal Mage, so he has Final Transmutation, so he's going to be shooting at the bunker probably the rest of the game with Final Trans. Just another shot of the flank over here. I fly over with the Screamers. They have a slashing attack. It does D3 hits that hit on a 4-up. It's just a nice way to get more wounds on a focused target. I can get wounds in the movement phase with them. I can get wounds in the magic phase and wounds in the shooting phase. So it's just a quick way that I can focus fire. They're not going to do a lot of wounds. They might get 1 or 2 in, but 1 or 2 sometimes is all you need. And then on my magic phase, I roll double 6s, which gives me another free unit. This is the second time in 2 games I've gotten a free unit. I park some Bloodletters right in the backfield. Now his bunker units are in danger. I don't know if 13 or 11 Bloodletters are going to be able to take out a whole block of Clan Rats, but hey, at least they're there, and now he really has a threat in his backfield already. And not to forget that the dogs are back there beating up on his cannons. So here, after all the shooting and magic and who knows what else I threw at it, but I did finally kill the Doom Wheel, even with his 6-up regen and a good armor save, or 4-up armor save. I was able to take him out, and I think I took him out before I had to fire with the Skull Cannon. So I think I take the Skull Cannon and fire at the Plague Furnace, and I actually do a wound or 2 on it. I can't see the die there, but I think I did 1 or 2 wounds on it. So that's great, because now if he brings it in, he has 2 wounds on it. I think it has 5 maybe total. And I have poison attacks from those beasts, and I get a lot of them, hopefully. So bring them in. I'm happy to bring them in. As you see the dogs there get into the cannon, they're going to make short work of that cannon. This Beast of Nurgle beat up the Gutter Runners and ran him off the board. He has 3 wounds on him now, so he's really not going to be that effective the rest of the game. I mean, anything can pretty much take him out. But hey, I got those Gutter Runners. There's just showing that dogs got the cannon and reformed to threaten the rear of the Plague Furnace. So bottom of turn 3, he moves up a little bit. He doesn't actually charge that Beast of Nurgle, which is a little surprising. I think the slaves could definitely kill him eventually, but he kind of is trying to force my hand, saying, "Hey, look, if you're gonna have to charge if you do anything with him." I'm okay there, just kind of holding up the lines. That means I get more final transmutation attacks on his bunker, more shooting. My opponent playing slow, it kind of plays into my hand here, which is great. And he moves his Rat Dart up just to cause some havoc in my front lines. I don't know if he thinks that I'm going to bring the Plague Bearers into his bunker. I think that's kind of the point. But if you remember, I still have the Plague Furnace on my left flank that I really got to deal with. So I'm not sure what my options are at this point. But I know I got to start getting some more points. I did get a lot of his toys off, so I have a lot of free movement. I can get those burning chariots and start laying some flame templates down on those slaves. And then and then the Dreaded 13th goes off and annihilates my Plague Bearer unit. I am down to 8 Plague Bearers with 1 Herald. This unit just became very combat ineffective. So he takes his Plague Furnace into my Beast of Nurgle. He actually kills one, and there's 3 wounds on another. They just, with the Plague Banner, they can rip some things apart. But I do end up holding here, I believe. And we're going in the top of 4. As you can see, I did hold. I just bring everything in now on the Plague Furnace. The dogs to the rear. I know I have a couple wounds on the Furnace. I can, try to get some more wounds and get rid of that thing, and they won't be unbreakable anymore. So I bring the Plague Bearers in the side too. Look, their poison attacks. I can, hopefully do some damage and get some combat res swing into my favor. I actually go ahead and give the Plague Bearers the blades of something from metal, which gives them +1 to hit, so I'm going to be hitting those Plague Bearers on 3s, poisoning on 6s. I also throw Treason of Zeech on this unit. Now you might think, well, why would you throw a leadership debuff on a unit that is unbreakable? Well, if I do happen to get that Plague Furnace killed, they're no longer unbreakable. So there'll be a leadership of whatever the clan rats or whatever the Plague Bearers are. I think it's 5. Still get strength in numbers, takes them to 7, but hey, it's better than 10 or whatever it would be. So I kind of thought it was a good move, especially if I can get that Plague Furnace dead. Final trans goes off. I kill some more of the bunker. Just hoping to whittle this down in the center and get that bunker taken care of. So here's the right side of my lines, just shaping up. I'm going to bring those burning chariots in and start laying some flame templates down. After combat, killed the Plague Furnace. This was awesome. We really don't know how everything actually pinches together after that thing leaves, but his Greyseer is still alive in that unit. But yeah, so now Treason of Zeech might come into play, and it does. They break. I actually don't catch them. I pursued with everything. That's how it turns out. Kind of a bummer I didn't catch them, because now I'm going to have to take another turn or 2 to deal with them. And if you can tell by the wound markers, my units are heavily depleted here. And in the back, the bunkers, I did take the Bloodletters and the Furies in. Going to be fighting this clan unit probably the rest of the game. He really doesn't have enough to kill the Bloodletters, and I really don't have enough to take out that many. Just try to whittle them down the best I can. So bottom of 4, his Plague Bearers rally, of course. I think he was rallying on an 8 or so with a musician. So that's unfortunate. Again, I'm just going to have to take everything I possibly can into them on my turn and see if I can get them. He takes his slave units into the Beast. I'm okay with this. I kind of hope he kills them so that on my turn I can get those flame templates in a position and start firing on these slave units. And he does, and he reforms to face the chariots. And back here, this fight just keeps going on. So top of turn 5, fly the Screamers in. I didn't have enough range to fly them over anywhere where I could actually, get some damage in the movement phase. I bring one chariot over. I believe the other chariot misfired in this turn, and that's why you don't see him on the board, because he blew himself up. And over here, this is after combat actually, but I did take everything I had, including I charged my Herald out of the Plague Bearer unit because there was just a small window where he could fit. He ended up taking a wound and a challenge from the Grey Seer, but after combat res, being outside of his BSB, he actually broke and ran off the table, so I just reformed here to face the lines. Not much left with these units. I just going to probably save the points and play keep away. So bottom of 5, that's just an overall look at the table. You can see the trap just kind of closing in on the Skaven. They are indeed trapped like rats. Okay, so here he gets Plague Off on my Pink Horror unit, kills a couple. It bounces over to the Plague Bearer unit and kills a few. But this time I get to choose whether it moves on or not, and I decide to send it over to the Slave unit. And you can see where that dice is. That's actually where I killed half that unit with his Plague spell. He just didn't want to remove all those stupid slaves, so we know how much is in there. It's like 25 left or 30 left. So here's what is left for the Skaven. They're just trying to fan out, protect the flanks, take any charges that they need to take. But it's looking pretty grim for my opponent, I think, at this point. So top of 6, just backing up with the cannon. I get the other chariot in position, the flame template. The name of the game here on top of turn 6 is to get that bunker unit. I'm going to throw everything at it. I'm going to throw cannonballs at it. I'm going to throw flames at it. I'm going to throw magic at it. Everything I possibly can to try to kill that unit. I even fly over them with the screamers and park them in front, you know, trying to do as many wounds, trying to get that bunker down to the point where he doesn't get lookout sirs on my shooting. Reform my lines here. I'm just trying to prevent the slaves from killing anything at bottom of 6. And my shooting actually panics a slave unit. They blow up, does more wounds. You can see I'm down to 1, 2... I think 3 slaves in that unit. This is after all my shooting. I just did not have enough. I did get his seer out of that unit. I think it was a cannonball that he missed the lookout sir for. But his BSB is still alive. It's really impressive to see how much shooting and magic I can throw at a single unit. But I still wasn't as effective as I wanted to be. So bottom of 6, not much for him to do. Throws a rat dart into my pink horrors. You know, who knows, maybe I get a bad instability test or something, but it's not to be. He throws this unit into his dogs, hoping that he can pop them and get the points for them, which is not to be either. And so here's an overview of the board at the end. I only gave up 345 points, so that was a pretty decisive win. I think the key was just my cannons doing what they're supposed to do, getting rid of the A-bomb early. The Burning Chariots getting rid of the Doom Wheel early is huge. You know, getting into his back lines then with the dogs, it just worked out really well. Everything was, you know, firing on all cylinders. I did have some misfires. I lost a Burning Chariot due to a misfire. That's going to happen. I basically have 4 cannons in my army, so I expect some misfires. I think I'm still rolling pretty poorly for misfires. I asked my opponent if he thought I rolled a lot of misfires. He thought so, but there it is at the end of the game. I only gave up 345 points. Feel real good. I think it's a very mobile list. I think it has a lot of potential. I am going to be taking it to Outside the Box Games Slovenia Invitational Tournament next weekend. So this is what I'm going to bring. I'm looking for hopefully a nice tournament. I haven't had a positive record in a tournament in my entire career so far since I've been playing, and I really just want to get a 2-1. God, give me a 2-1. Just one time. I just want to know what it feels like to win more than I lose. But here it is. I'm learning the game. I'm trying to get better and making some battle reports. So hope you guys enjoy it. Come back, and hopefully I'll have some more soon.